and presses on, the shore of Bougainville coming into view. Rex Barber scans the skies. Intelligence had been very specific. 1 Betty bomber and 2 flights of 3 Zeros, right here, right at this time. Their plan is simple and calculated. 12 Lightnings are going to climb high and cover them from above, while remaining P-38s, a 4-man killer group, will focus entirely on the bomber with the target. They almost reach Bougainville when the radio signal comes in. As if on cue, an enemy formation emerges between the clouds. 6 Zeros, however, not 1, but 2 Betty bombers. American pilots are taken aback. Their plan is falling apart.
Which one of them is Yamamoto's?
We'll have to take them both.
The formation slams their throttles to floor, charging into battle. All around Barber, 12 of his squadmates climb rapidly into the sky, taking position as top cover, and even the 4 chosen to perform the daring charge. But there's more problems. First Lieutenant Desby Holmes' drop tanks aren't coming off. Barber is nervous to see Holmes dive out of formation, picking up speed to shake off the tanks. Wingman Raymond Hine quickly follows to protect him, cutting the killer's flight numbers in half. Their chances are worse than ever. They've doubled the targets and half the fighters. Yamamoto is right in front of them. Hell would freeze over before the American pilots let him go. Yamamoto is on his way to visit one of their forward operating airfields around Bougainville with 8 of his officers, and among them is his second-in-command, Loyal Chief of Staff Matomi Ugaki. Ugaki is dozing off in his seat when unexpectedly one of their Zero escorts races past and slows right in front of his Betty's nose, shaking his wings. Confused, Ugaki takes a closer look and realizes the pilot is waving his hand, frenetically pointing at something. Then suddenly, the radio operator shouts for the pilot to dive, and the Betty breaks into an abrupt, evasive maneuver. The officers all hang on for dear life as the Japanese bomber plunges into a desperate dive. Ugaki is trying and failing to spot Yamamoto's aircraft. Outside, 3 Zeros dive for the pair of incoming P-38s. Desperate to stop the attack, Lanphier breaks formation, climbing to attack the Japanese fighters head-on and leaving Barber to charge in alone. Lanphier opens fire, and the Zeros respond in kind, with tracers crisscrossing in the sky. Lanphier's unfazed as low-caliber guns striking in the wings, the sounds reverberating through the fuselage like hail. He holds the trigger down, unleashing his weapons until the Zeros are forced to pull off from the collision course. Barber, though, carries on, leaving the melee behind. Before him, the 2 Bettys separate in opposite directions. He picks one at random and gives chase. But he's not alone. Suddenly, a tracer streaks past just in front of his cockpit. A Zero from Lanphier's fight has chased him down and is firing in from above. The tracers continue to zip past his windshield. He fights the urge to pull away and aims his sights square on the bomber. Barber pulls the trigger and unleashes a hail of 50 caliber and 20mm fire. The shells rip through the enemy aircraft, parts fill away from the engine cowling, and a plume of oil pours out of the machine. But Barber is relentless. He holds the trigger down, even as he hears and feels his own aircraft being hit from behind. He'll have to take his bomber, even if it's the last thing he ever does. But then, the Zero hounding him roars past, giving him a few vital moments of reprieve. Barber takes a better aim and continues dismantling the bomber, tearing it apart as he chases it all the way down to treetop height. Then, suddenly, the bomber pulls up out of control and rolls in the air. Barber immediately dodges, barely missing the bomber's wing as it tumbles out of control and crashes into a tree below, exploding into a massive fireball. Barber looks back over his shoulder to see a column of black smoke rising from the boom. He sets off for the next one. But 3 more Zeros intercept him from above. They open fire, and Barber dodges, diving away for speed as he listens to the enemy bullets striking the wings and tail, the crackle of impacts echoing through the fuselage. Barber skims the treetops, dodging left and right in a desperate fight for survival. The three enemies are refusing to ease up. But just as things get dire, he spots the two P-38s of Holmes and Hine up ahead. There's hope. He flies towards them, praying for them to see him. To his luck, his prayers are answered. The pair of lightnings turn straight towards him, charging into the rescue. But muzzle flashes shine on their noses. His heart sinks. Time slows to a crawl as the friendly tracers barrel down straight towards him. He holds his aircraft steady, and the shells streak by all around him. He's surrounded by lead. Shots allied an enemy enveloping his machine. The lightnings come closer and closer, guns blazing, until they roar past overhead, and suddenly the skies fall to an abrupt calm. Barber looks back, shaking. All the aircraft are gone. The P-38s are speeding off, and the Zeros have been scattered by the two lightnings' daring attack. He takes a deep breath and sets off for the last Betty.